Okay, so there's a lot of drama and cheating going on in the Fortnite pro scene, but specifically, there's a lot of cheating. And I'm not just talking aimbotting. Now you see it on the screen. There's a lot of surge trading, okay? And it's basically teaming. In a sense, it is teaming. But I'm not going to fault the pros for this. Honestly, I cannot fault the pros for this, okay? This is kind of the meta that's going on. This is kind of the dealio that's going on. Like, this is the way the map is designed and the way that the surge is set up. If you aren't familiar with Storm Surge, I would encourage you to look it up. But essentially what it is in competitive Fortnite, and in any game, really, if it's possible, there is a chance that you could be damaged by Storm at a certain stage of the game if there are too many players remaining and they have not done enough damage to other players. Now, this was Fortnite's way of thinning out the lobby to make things smoother for endgame and more fair, I guess more enjoyable. But there's a big problem with it. There's too many players out here that are doing, well, what we consider teaming and trading. But there's a way that I think Fortnite can remedy this. I think all that Fortnite needs to do, or at least one thing that they could try, is to take Storm Surge, or take the damage that's calculated for Storm Surge from these teams to be calculated by the range at which that damage was done. And I know that Fortnite can do this because they've done this with eliminations. You can see in the elimination feed how far you've eliminated a player. Obviously, they're calculating the information of how far these bullets are going with damage drop off, etc., etc. Obviously, Fortnite is calculating this in the game, so they can calculate where you are doing the damage from. I know it's a lot of information to be processing, but I think that this could solve some issues with the comp scene, and it might put it down on the servers. I do believe it could put it down on the servers. A little bit more calculation, right? But come on, man, upgrade the servers, you're okay. But I think what they could do is essentially just mark the damage based on what range they whether it was done. If it was done in a closer range of, like, let's say 50 meters, let's give a better multiplier for Storm Surge, right? Incentivize taking close range fights, shotgun battles, close up AR battles, and then they can't do this whole Storm's surge based things. Then it won't be as valuable. Like, reduce the multiplier, like half the multiplier if they're doing the damage from like 200 meters plus or something like that. And then that kind of incentivizes people to not do these surge bases. Like, they'll still possibly do them, but they'll want to get up and close and fight more. They'll want to push fights more, so mid game won't be as boring, and people won't be able to just sit there in their bases for the whole game, and they won't just be building up to the sky, getting max height, because then there's a limit at which they can, get points. Not limit, but like it'll be reduced severely, so it'll be like less rewarding to do so. And maybe this is a bad idea, but I think it's worth something trying if Epic is looking for ways to weed this stuff out, because we know they are. Chapter 5 season 3, they clearly wanted to remove this surge trading issue with the cactus heals, right? They've always had an issue with people healing up too much and just keep continuously trading, right? So it's obviously something that Fortnite is trying to look into. I would love to hear you guys' opinion about all of this. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me through this video. I really do appreciate it. I know it's a bit of a long-winded one, but this is, I think, a very important topic for the future of Fortnite, especially Fortnite competitive, but just in general for Fortnite, because the metas do change. They change over time, but this has been a consistent thing, like healing off, surge trading. It's been a consistent thing. Heal offs have not been really a thing for pubs. Kind of for ranked, but it's not as much. It's really not as much. Honestly, it rarely happens, so it's more of a competitive thing. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that these changes could, I don't know, maybe at least make it a little more interesting in the competitive scene for early game? Or do you think maybe this would cause a lot of issues? I know server-wise it might cause some issues, but I think it's doable. I don't know. Fortnite, let me know. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is DoodLetsGame. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification button so you can get notified when I'm posting more videos. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video, okay? Peace out.